It's not easy to walk away from a six-figure job, but when you feel like your life depends on it, the choice becomes more clear. Still not easy. My job was not toxic. It was not a terrible job. It was actually a pretty good job. I mean, I was able to get satisfaction and fulfillment out of that job because I was helping to keep the equipment in a hospital running, to keep the hospital itself running. I was able to be a part of that and to take pride in that. The bad thing or the hard thing about my job was that you were never done. You were never caught up with inspections and repairs. There was always something out there, always something to do, and always running behind. As a tech, I was able to deal with that. That's just the way it always was. As a manager, it became a little bit different. When I took on the responsibility of being a manager, now I was responsible for the whole shop. I was responsible for everybody in the shop. And I did not do a good job at dealing with the stress of handling that. Some of the health issues I had, I know I wasn't alone. I know other people had them too. I talked to other people that felt the same way, that had the same issues, that dealt with the same things I did. I know that there's other people out there that are feeling the same thing, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are caused by job stress. Two of the things that I dealt with on a weekly basis, probably 2 or 3 times a week, were headaches and stomach aches. I was taking medication for a headache at least 2 times a week. One of the hardest things to deal with, I think, was the insomnia and fatigue. And let me say, I usually didn't have a problem falling asleep at night. The problem is I would wake up a couple hours later, and most of the time I could get back to sleep. But then I'd wake up a couple hours after that, and that's when I would start thinking about work. That's when I would start thinking about the issues and the problems and things I forgot and what I have to do and the people I have to talk to and the emails I have to send and the reports that I have to do and the meetings that are coming up. Another thing that I pretty much forgot about until it happened a few weeks ago were all the leg cramps that I used to get at night. Then there was the depression. I mean, I never really thought of it as depression. I just thought I was sad and miserable. And then the not wanting to be at work, not wanting to go to work. Another thing that affected me was the lack of ambition and drive and motivation. And I'm not talking about at work. I think at work I did a pretty good job at getting my job done. And on the weekends, the last few years of work, I just lost all ambition to get anything done. Some of the other physical issues were just upper back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. I don't know, I guess maybe that's where I carried all my tension and stress. One of the other things that affected me that was kind of a sneaky stress-related issue was loss of focus, loss of concentration, fogginess throughout the day, just not being able to comprehend things, having to read a sentence, multiple times to understand the meaning of it. Then there was the irritability, just snapping at people, just being angry over stupid little things, and just always feeling overwhelmed. I can remember saying to myself all the time, just suck it up. You've got a great job. You're making great money. You're successful. Just come in and do the job and go home and don't worry about it. Easier said to yourself than actually done. Besides all the health and behavioral issues, I think losing the focus and concentration was an issue that I really thought was affecting my job, not just me. I oftentimes felt that I needed to leave before I started doing a bad job. How things changed for me after I left my job. One of the biggest things that happened quickly, I started sleeping better. Mostly. I mean, I don't sleep perfect still to this day, and I left work almost 5 months ago. The headaches and the stomach aches, they pretty much stopped after I stopped working. I don't think I experienced leg cramps after I stopped working. Like I said, until just a few weeks ago I had one. I was like, oh yeah, I remember I used to get these all the time. The back and neck pain, that didn't go away overnight. It's been 5 months, and I'd say the back pain has improved to 80-90%. Feeling so much better. The irritability decreased pretty quickly. I spent a lot of time doing things like hiking, biking, kayaking. Those kind of things that They can be almost meditative. That and just being outside all the time. Just breathing fresh air and feeling the sunshine on your skin. This past summer that I had off was just one of the best summers I've had in decades. It was just amazing. I also started weight training consistently again. In the last 10 years, I had not been consistent or progressive about weight training at all. It was just very random. So this summer I got back into it and started off slow, and I really feel a difference. I mean, I've gotten stronger. I can see the difference in the mirror too. And then there's the concentration and forgetfulness. I think it's gotten a little bit better since I left work, but God, I still feel like I can't focus and concentrate like I used to. And forgetfulness, that's that's still hanging around. And again, it could just be my age. It could have something to do with stress. Maybe it'll improve. I don't know. I'm hoping it does. Working at a job that stresses you out, that breaks you down. I experienced it, and I've seen it in other people, and I know it's happening out there. I know it's still happening out there. And if you're in that position, I feel for you. I really do. When I was younger, my answer to that was just ignore it and it'll go away. Just work harder and make more money and everything will be okay. My thoughts about that are start planning for financial independence, retirement, early retirement, retirement at normal retirement age. You might have a job that you love. You might have a job that you want to work until you're 80, and that's great. But I've been in the workforce. I was in the workforce for decades, and I know a lot of people do not love their job and don't want to be doing it. There are ways out from working a job. It just takes some sacrifice and commitment, but it's possible. It can be done. Regrets. Do I have regrets from leaving a six-figure job? I do sometimes wish that I had stuck it out a little bit longer, had a few more years of making that good salary, a few more years of saving up for retirement to be a little bit more safe and secure in retirement. But do I have regret that I left my job? No. No, I've been retired now for 5 months, and I absolutely know that I made the right decision. I know that when I walked away, it was time to leave. I feel so much better now, so much healthier, so much happier. Although it would have been nice to stay a little bit longer and make a little bit more money, have a little bit more money for retirement, I'm doing fine right where I'm at, and I know that it was the right decision to leave when I did. If I had tried to stick it out for another couple years, another 5 years, what kind of shape would I be in? What kind of shape would I be in at the end of working another 5 years at a job that I just felt was killing me? I'm glad I had that job. I'm glad I had a good job that I could save money. I'm grateful that I decided to start saving so much money in my 50s so that I was able to walk away when I did. But I know I chose the right time to stop trading my health and my time for money. I quit my job to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and to improve myself mentally, physically, to give myself time to heal from the job that I had, from the stress that I didn't deal with that well, and to become a better person and to try to do something different in life. And I'm not really sure where I'm going. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but after 5 months of retirement, I am feeling so much better. Not only physically and mentally, but just, I don't know, emotionally, spiritually, I don't know. I feel like I'm coming back to life. And I feel like I'm going to be ready to get back out there and do something different. It might just be another part-time job. I don't know. I'm not really sure where my path is going to lead. But it is going to be different. And not knowing what I'm going to be doing is exciting as well as daunting. And like I said, it could just be another part-time job, or it could be something that I've always wanted to do. It could be something that I just discovered that I want to do. I'm glad I set up my life so I had the ability to take this time off. It has totally changed my life. I feel blessed that I was able to do it, and I'm looking forward to figuring out where I'm going from here on out. Don't do what I did. I do not recommend you leaving your job without a plan. That is not what I'm promoting. It worked out for me, or it seems to be working out for me. I am figuring things out. I've gotten healthier. I feel better physically and mentally. Life is definitely looking up for me. But I am not saying that if you're broke and in debt, don't have money, don't have an emergency fund, I am not saying that leaving your job is going to be the answer to your problems. It's probably not. Most definitely not if you're in that situation. So do not look at me and say, oh, I'm going to leave my job tomorrow or next week. No, if you're going to leave your job, you need to put some time and effort into preparing to leave your job. I do recommend that you start saving money, that you have an emergency fund, that you pay down your debt so that you're not trapped in a job if that's not the thing that you want to be doing with your life, or to just give yourself some time to figure things out, to figure something else out. God, I look back at my life and I wish that I had saved this money in my 30s so that I could have done this in my 30s or 40s instead of at 56. The lesson here is have a better plan than I had, or I guess just have a plan, and it would be better than the no plan that I had. All right, that's all I got for today. It is another amazingly gorgeous day in upstate New York. Thank you for watching, and if you subscribed, if you've liked, thank you very much. If you have any comments, if you have anything to say, please leave a comment below. Tell me, are you stressed out in your job? Do you want to leave early? Do you want to take some time off and figure things out? Or have you left a job and it worked out okay? Let me know that too. Let me know if you figured it out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.